What's up? So today, see, I got a new moped, free moped actually, and been riding around for a week, and well, it needs a carburetor. So that came in the middle of the day. I'm gonna put that on. Got a carburetor, boot, new fuel filter, new spark plug in there, a gasket. So yeah, a few things about this moped. It was free. Now I ain't got all the plastics. I got the seat up there, but none of the electronics work. Got to start it with a drill because of the kickstart's broken. None of the electronics work. It's a 50cc. It's a Manco moped. So, and obviously I put my speed hose in the exhaust. But yeah, start getting this carburetor switched out. All right, so I'm not going to take the carburetor off this boot. I'm actually just going to leave it on. So, just a 10mm on both sides. It came with a new boot. Pretty sure. As soon as he gets that package open, we'll see. But that's what it said on the description there. So yeah, it's free moped. This is like the only thing I've put on it. You know, money wise, everything else I was able to find for free. So if I can have a $30 moped, that I have to start with a drill, but it'll take me anywhere. I'm fine with that. So it was sitting for like 7 years, 7 years on its side, leaned over on its side. And I changed the oil, drained the tank, replaced this line. It's a vacuum line for the petcock. And I did a couple other things here and there, and I was able to get it going. So I've been riding it for a week because I still do not have a motor for my Mega Moto because I blew it up. But we're about to put a motor on it from the Monster Moto so that I can go ride. So it's exciting. But yeah, these things are very easy to work on. You just got your couple stuff here and there, and yeah. So I'll get back to you whenever I get this carburetor all the way off. My little kit came with a new one of these. I'm just gonna pull this one off. I think it's supposed to come off. Yeah, there we go. And then let's see, that goes facing down. We got our old gasket. Pretty simple. Pretty self-explanatory, really. Make sure you get all this old gasket off. Yeah, it went back there, it'll be fine. So gasket first. Don't rip it. So this was like a $30 carburetor, which is fine with me. I think that goes on another way. $30 carburetor. So I ripped it, but it'll be fine. If I can have a $30 moped that runs. Now I might get a kickstart here eventually for it, but as of right now, I'm not worried about it. Look at that thing. Is this the old one? No, this is the new one. All cracked up right there. Got that OEM. Here we go. That went on pretty easy. This next. Yep. These next. And then tighten them down. Put the carburetor in the boot. Now the reason I did a new carburetor, I couldn't clean this one as well. I'll show you in a minute. But if you get something from China, like a replacement carburetor, or any carburetor really, especially on these little motors, they have them non-removable bow screws. So it makes it kind of hard. It actually makes it really impossible because usually you can cut them out and get by like that. But this one had it to where it was sunken in to where you couldn't. And basically the reason of that is so you buy another carburetor, which makes it more money. But luckily the carburetor I got has the ones that can able to take out the screws, so I can service it and clean it when I need. And that was the problem with the old carburetor, was that it needed cleaned and I couldn't clean it because of the way the bowls work. So yeah, now I'm gonna grab my new carburetor, loosen this up, which is already pretty loose, but I'm loosen it up some more, slide it in. Actually, I'm gonna put my lines on first, slide it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just slide this new fuel filter on there. Toss that over. Make sure we got the flow right. Flow this way. Slide this on. This hose is dry rotted, as you can see, but it's all the hose I got, so it'll have to work. Then where my fuel hose went, right here. Slide that on. Now, for easiness, I'm not going to use this, but it's like an automatic choke, I believe. But none of those electronics work, so I'm not worried about it. So first, I'm going to slide on all my fuel lines and 37 vacuum lines these things got. My fuel line on. That is not my fuel line. That is my vacuum line. Here's my fuel line. Slide my fuel line on. Like so. Come down and get my drain bolt here. Put it on. Things are a lot simpler than mini bikes, really. Put it on. Where'd it go? As I say that, never mind, this one don't need it. So that's pretty cool. Because my other one it had right here. Well, I guess it could go right here. Put it there. But my other one it had to where it didn't have a screw there. It just had a straight line running out. And once you took that line off, it would let all the gas out the bottom of the carburetor. So I guess that's kind of the same thing, but this one has a screw there. Hopefully I ain't gonna mess with the air fuel ratio. Now we can come through and slide this puppy in. I'm gonna loosen up this intake boot real quick. It's tight, which is good. There we go. Kind of hold it in place while we tighten it up. There we go. Put my fuel line on, all that. Tighten this up more because it came loose. There. It's good. Now come through with the fuel, or not the fuel, throttle cable. Twist it around back here. Slide this in here. Slide this nut off first. And then make sure that we have idle and full throttle, because that's all that matters. Kind of hard to get a wrench up in here, but making it work. Get it to where, okay, there we go. And then run this vacuum line up and over this here so our throttle won't get stuck like it has been. Took me a while to figure that one out. Put our filter on. It's a pod filter. Better than the filter that came on this, which was just a big bulky filter that hung off the side with the foam falling out of it. Take this and squeeze it in here. I'm gonna have to move this throttle cable up and out of the way. There we go. There. All right, and that was like a 5-minute carburetor install. And now I got myself a better carburetor, better air filter. It's supposed to come with a spark plug, but it didn't, which is fine. So now what we can do is, it's got like a prime system. So whenever you take the fuel out of it like I did, you gotta prime it back so the fuel gets in here. So there's a little bit in there, but I'll have to re-prime it. And then we can start her up. We got that drill. This little DeWalt drill with 17 on it. Come over here, prime her up. My drill died. Make sure these are plugged in. Ooh. There it goes. That's probably that I ain't got the idle set right on here. Open it up a little bit. low, which is fine, right where it's supposed to be. $30 fix, so while that's running, I'll show this old carburetor. So this was the old boot. The boot was cracked up in here, and then as you can see, them bolts right there, and were the non-removable. So you can't get in there and service it. I was able to get up in here and spray it out and make it last till I could get a new one. But yeah, new carburetor's on. We're ready to rip. So that's about all for this video. Let me know if y'all enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all want to see with this moped. I'll see you guys on the next video.